So see, Kirchhoff's current law, if the current is moving toward node, we assume it as positive. And if current is moving away from node, then we assume it as negative. Okay. So if you observe this above circuit, I1 is moving toward node, that's why plus I1, and I2 and I3 are leaving or away from load, away from node. That's why I1 minus I2 minus I3. Okay, this is the KCL equation. So you can simplify it like this also. So KCL equation in previous lecture we have finished. Now we'll see about the KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So this Kirchhoff's voltage law, if what it said in a given electric circuit, at in every closed loop, in electric circuit, in every closed loop, algebraic sum of voltage sources and voltage drop is 0. So see, this is the voltage source. Every it's a DC voltage source, so positive and negative terminal you can see here. Now if your loop direction is from lower potential to higher potential, see this one is nothing but it's a loop direction. Whenever you are going to form KVL equations, you have to assume loop direction. You can move clockwise also, anti-clockwise also, doesn't matter. Okay, so whatever the loop direction, this is nothing but this is which direction? It's a loop direction. So whatever the loop direction you have assumed with reference to that, whatever the loop direction you have assumed with reference to this direction, if you are moving, see in this direction, means you are moving from lower to higher potential. So if you are moving from lower to higher, that voltage source, if you are considering positive, then reverse direction, that is from higher to lower, that voltage source you have to consider as negative. Okay, clear? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Someone, what he posted? Ma'am, I have not sent the above link. Actually, it's showing that I sent it, means from me to everyone. Who sent that link? What is it?
Even on my side it is showing that. Yes, me too, everyone.
Okay, everyone, for everyone it is showing me to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I thought that
No,
but I searched that I have not seen it.
No. Okay. Forget about it. Who did it? We don't know. Let it be. I'm not going to check it.
There was somebody whose name was me.
एक मिनट. बाकी लोग mute करो. Let him talk. Yes. Who is speaking? First roll number. Tell me. Hello. Who talked just now? Who sent it? Yes. Hello. Someone was speaking. Wanted to say that who did it. Okay. Let it be. You can call me and tell me. No problem. Okay. So this is about the voltage source. Same is the thing for voltage drop. See here, what is this? This is the resistance R1. Current flowing through it is I1. Now, whenever current flows through any resistance, will there be voltage drop across it? Yes. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever current is flowing through any resistance, will there be some voltage drop across it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell me across this resistance R1, if I1 is the current flowing, how much will be the voltage drop across it?
I1 R1.
I1 R1.
Correct. So here current is I1, resistance is R1. So I1 R1 is the voltage drop across this resistance. Okay. Now will it have some polarity? Yes, some voltage drop is there across it. It's a DC current. So how to mark polarity? Which one you will consider as positive and which one you will consider as negative terminal for voltage drop across it?
Ma'am, in the direction of current, the first part will be positive and the second part will be negative.
Why it is so? Because current always flows from positive higher potential to lower potential. This sign convention is used. This one logic is used. So current is entering over here. That's why voltage drop across this, its polarity, you mark this one side positive because current entering at this node and leaving at this, current entering at this terminal and leaving this side. That's why here negative. Is this clear to everyone? Means with reference to this current, direction, mark the polarity of voltage drop across the resistance. Then you will get the polarity. Now check the loop current direction. Suppose loop direction, whatever you have selected, with reference to that loop direction, if you are moving from lower to higher potential, consider that voltage drop as positive. Same, whatever we have considered sign convention for voltage sources, same it is, lower to higher positive. So reverse is what? Higher to lower is what? Yes,
Positive.
Negative. Higher to
Negative.
lower now. So now see same thing. R1 is the resistance current flowing through. It is I1, current is entering this terminal. That's why polarity of voltage drop across it, this terminal positive and this terminal negative. Loop direction is this one given over here in the forward. You are moving from higher to lower potential. That's why negative voltage drop. Clear conventions? Okay. So what is the conclusion? Whatever it is, voltage source or voltage drop, if you are moving from lower to higher, consider it as, see, lower to higher, consider it as positive, and higher to lower, consider it as negative.
Negative.
Same is the thing for voltage drop also. Okay. Now next, so everyone please concentrate. Most of the time numerical you get asked using Kirchhoff's law. And your end-sem exam and in-sem exam both will be online, but that will be subjective. Okay. So everyone please concentrate. Now I am going to explain how to simplify the sum using Kirchhoff's laws. Okay. So what you have to do, whenever you get asked, simplify the sum using Kirchhoff's law. First of all, draw the circuit as it is. Now here you consider value of V1 is given, V2 is given, R1, R2 and R3. These values in resistance also, in ohm also given. V1 and V2 in volt and R1, R2, R3 in ohm are given to you. Okay. So they will ask you, suppose using Kirchhoff's law, find the current flowing through R3. Okay, so for that what you have to do, first thing, whenever you get asked to simplify the sum using Kirchhoff's law, find current flowing through R3 using Kirchhoff's law. Like this is the question you get asked based on this topic. So for that what you have to do, mark branch current direction. What is the first step? Mark branch current direction. Okay, so any current direction you can use, clockwise, anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. What I have done, I have shown over here, current is starting from positive terminal of battery, and that I have considered I1. You can consider use variable I1, I2, I3 or IA, IB, IC. I have used here I1. Okay, now once it reaches to node B, it has two paths. Here what I have considered, I2 also I have considered started from positive terminal of voltage, means I2 is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. You can assume clockwise also for I2, doesn't matter. Everyone have to listen. Whatever I am telling to you, if you wanted to clear this subject, if you wanted to score the subject, listen each and every point, whatever I am telling. Okay, notebook and pen also you have to carry with you now for every BEE lecture. When I started to take numericals, draw the circuit, try to solve it. Okay, got it? So see, I1 I have represented it clockwise. I2 here you can represent clockwise also, anti-clockwise also. Now, once it reaches over here, see I1 in clockwise direction moving toward node B, and I2 in anti-clockwise direction also moving toward node B. Now, once it reaches to node B, what's about, can you tell me, D, C and F? These 3 points are at what potential? Yes, who can tell?
Zero potential.
Correct. These all 3 points are at zero potential, and current always flows from lower to higher potential. That's why current through this vertical branches is this one, that is BC. It will flow in which direction? Through BC?
From B to C.
B to C. Correct. Means downward direction. Correct.
No.
From B to C, current will flow always in downward direction. Here you can't say that I will show it upwards. For I2, you can say or you can show current anti-clockwise or clockwise. Doesn't matter. But what's about I3? Confirm it will flow downward. Clear? Okay. Now suppose I2 I am not going to represent anti-clockwise here. If I represent it as a clockwise, then how much current will flow through? 1 minute. See, for this I1 is clockwise, I2 is anti-clockwise. So what is the value of I3?
I1 minus I2.
I1 plus I2.
plus
Whatever,
I2. I1 plus I2.
whatever the
I1
direction,
plus I2.
correct.
I1 plus I2.
Correct. Whatever the I1 is clockwise and I2 is anti-clockwise, so I3 is I1 plus I2. Correct. Okay. I3 is I1 plus I2. Means how many unknowns are here? Number of unknowns. Suppose V1 is given to you 10 volt, V2 is given suppose 5 volt, and R1, R2, R3 given to you 1 ohm, 2 ohm and 3 ohm respectively. Means in this circuit now, how many unknown parameters are there?
3.
Which one? 3?
I1, I2, I3.
But I3 is what? I3 is equals to what?
I1 plus I2.
plus I2.
I1 plus
I1 plus
I2.
I2.
Means ideally, how many unknowns are here?
2.
Only
I1,
I1,
I2.
I2. Because once you get I1 and I2, just I3 easily you will get, because I3 is equals to I1 plus I2. Means how many unknown parameters are here? Ideally, only 2.
2.
I1 and I2.
2.
Okay. Okay. Here actually 3 are there, I3, but third one equation already we got. I3 is equals to I1 plus I2, 2 unknowns. So how many equations will be required? 2 KVL equations. That's why you have to apply KVL to 2 closed loops. Got it? And third one equation already we have. I3 is equals to I1 plus I2. If 3 unknowns are there, 3 equations will be required. If 2 unknowns are there, 2 equations will be required. Got it? This one you have studied in 12. Now you tell me, suppose I2 not anti-clockwise I wanted to show. Suppose I show it clockwise, then what will be the value of I3?
Nothing.
I3 is equals to what?
Same. I1.
I1 minus
Same.
I2.
Correct. Not same.
Fraction
It will
of
be
I1
different.
and I2.
It will be different. I3 is equals to I1 minus I2. Right? Is this clear? Huh? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So what is the first step? Whenever you solve the branch sum using Kirchhoff's law, mark branch current direction. So that we did. I1 clockwise, I2 anti-clockwise, I3 downwards, and I3 here is equals to I1 plus I2. Whenever I say I3 is equals to I1 plus I2, what does it mean? Which law you have applied here? I1 you current law.
Kirchhoff's current law.
Correct. Means here you have applied Kirchhoff's current law. Means what you can say, first step is mark the branch current direction using KCL, using Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. Now the next step is mark, now here see, I1 is flowing through R1. So across R1 voltage drop will be there. How much will be the voltage drop across R1?
I1 R1.
I1 R1 across R2,
I2 or
I2
I2,
R2, and across R3,
I3 R3.
I3
I3
R3.
R3.
Correct. Okay. So these are the voltage drop across R1, R2, R3. Now what will be the polarity of voltage drop that you have to mark? Now see, I1 is entering at this terminal. So this terminal you have to mark as
positive.
positive, and the another one
Positive.
as negative.
Negative.
Similarly,
Negative.
see, I2 is entering over here. That's why this terminal is positive. Another one is negative. I3 is entering this side. That's why this terminal is positive. Another is negative. So, got it? Can you mark the polarity of voltage drop with reference to branch current direction?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now
yes,
find
ma'am.
out. Now find out how many unknowns are there. Two unknowns are there, I1 and I2. And third one equation, I3 is equals to I1 plus I2. So only two unknowns are there. Once we get I1 and I2, easily we can find out I3. That's why I will say here only two unknowns are there, I1 and I2. That's why to find out the values of these two unknowns, two equations will be required. And for two equations, apply KVL to any two loops. How many total number of loops are there in this circuit?
3.
Three loops are there.
3.
3.
Any
Three.
two loops you consider. Okay, so here this is the loop 1 I have considered, and this is the loop 2 I have considered. You can consider larger also, this one. Okay, so any two loops you consider, better it is if you consider the smaller loops. So loop 1, then you have to consider branch loop direction also, loop direction. So for loop, all of you can see it's a clockwise. Clockwise means what? You have to write apply KVL to loop A, B, C, D, A. Like this means you are moving in which direction? Clockwise. Okay. So apply KVL to first loop and move in which direction? Clockwise. So clockwise start to move. Now see, what is it? KVL? In electric circuit, in every closed loop, algebraic sum of voltage sources and voltage drop is 0.
0.
Okay, it is 0. In electric circuit, in every closed loop, algebraic sum of voltage sources and voltage drop is 0. Now, in first loop, you tell me we are moving clockwise. How many voltage sources are there in this first loop? A, B, C, D,
1.
A. Only
One.
one voltage source is there. Which one?
V1.
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 Correct.
V1.
Correct. And how many voltage drops are there?
2.
2.
2.
Which one? Two.
Two.
First one is what?
R1.
I1 R1.
I1
R1.
R1.
R1 R1.
And the second one
V1
is
I3
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 R3.
R3. Got it? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So its algebraic sum is 0. And which one is the sign convention we are using? Whenever we move from lower potential to higher potential, that voltage source or voltage drop, consider it as
Positive.
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 And the another one as
Positive.
negative. Okay. Another one as negative. Okay. So move clockwise. Now start from this. Whenever we are moving in clockwise direction, so see, for I1 R1 it will be positive or negative?
Negative.
Positive.
Negative.
Negative. Negative.
Negative means minus I1 R1. What's about I3 R3?
Minus
I3.
Minus I3
R3.
R3. And what's
Minus.
about V1?
Negative.
V1 positive.
Positive V1.
Positive.
For V1 we
Positive.
are moving from lower to higher. So
Higher.
minus I1 R1 minus I3 R3
I3 R3
plus V1
Plus
is
V1
equal
is equal
to
to
0.
0.
Clear?
Ma'am, can you repeat please?
See, one moment please. When I ask question, any 2 or maximum 3 students please answer, so that the others can listen each and every point. Okay. And unnecessarily don't speak, because everyone should be able to listen each and every word. Okay. So see, for loop 1, again I'll repeat. For loop 1, here I have represented direction clockwise. Whenever you move clockwise, you will find for I1 R1 you are moving from higher to lower. That's why minus I1 R1 minus I3 R3, because you are moving from higher to lower. That's why minus I1 R1 minus I3 R3. And for this, you are moving from lower to higher. That's why plus V1. minus I1 R1 minus I3 R3 plus V1 is equal to 0. Clear? First equation. Got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
See, what you can write, apply KVL to loop 1 and just represent like this direction, means you are moving clockwise. That is also sufficient. Or you can say, apply KVL to loop 1, A, B, C, D, A. Means you are moving in clockwise direction. See, A, B, C, D, A. Like this also you can mention. Now see about the second loop. What's about loop 2? In which direction we are moving?
Anti-clockwise direction.
Anti-clockwise. See here I
Anti-clockwise.
have represented it anti-clockwise. So what you can write? Apply KVL to close loop 2 E, B, C, F, E. Like this. Okay. So start moving in anti-clockwise direction. What's about I2, R2?
Negative.
Negative.
Minus
Negative.
I2 R2.
Negative,
हाँ.
right? Minus I2 R2. What's about I3 R3?
Negative.
Minus I3 R2.
Negative.
Correct, because here it's a
Minus.
positive and here negative. So minus I3 R3. And what's about V2?
Positive.
Positive.
Got it? So minus I2
Positive.
R2 minus I2 R2 minus I3 R3 plus V2 is equal to 0. So she apply KVL to loop 2. This is the KVL equation. How to form KVL equation? Clear?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll attendance link I posted in chat box. Everyone please mark your attendance.
It's not working.
Now you please check. I'm accepting response now. I activate it. Everyone please give your attendance.
Ma'am, can you post it again? I was disconnected, so I can't see the link.
ठीक है. Okay. Everyone please see the chat box and mark your attendance. We'll start with next. Take a notebook and pen. For every lecture of BEE, take notebook and pen with you. Those who have finished with it, attendance, draw the circuit in your notebook. Now we'll solve the sum using Kirchhoff's law. So see here, draw karo circuit. Now what question you have been asked? Using Kirchhoff's law, find current flowing through 3 ohm resistance. You don't have any choice. Compulsory, you have to solve it using Kirchhoff's law only. Using Kirchhoff's law, you have to find out the current flowing through 3 ohm resistance. Through this resistance, you have to find out the current flowing. Okay, so what is the draw circuit as it is, everyone? Don't use scale. With only free hand, you have to draw it. Okay, fast. You have to draw it. Not smaller one, slightly larger, because branch direction you will represent, then polarity of voltage drop, then loop direction. Okay, so medium size at least you draw. Okay, so what is the first step? Have you finished, everyone? Drawn? 2 voltage sources are there, 10 volt and 6 volt. Its polarity value is given. Okay, and total 5 resistances are there, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, and 1 ohm. Okay, draw circuit, everyone. Once you finish, tell me. Now see, once you finish with a circuit, what is the first step? Yes. What is the first step I told you?
Current direction.
Correct. Branch current direction you have to mark. Branch current direction you are marking means what? You are applying KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. So represent branch current direction. So variables I1, I2, I3. You can use direction, whatever you want, you can select. Suppose I1 I have represented here clockwise. You can represent anti-clockwise also. I3 here I have represented it clockwise. You can represent anti-clockwise also. Okay, suppose I1 you have represented it clockwise, then I3 you can represent clockwise, anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. Got it? Now I2 I have represented it here clockwise. You can represent anti-clockwise also, doesn't matter. Okay, provided I1 is clockwise, I2 and I3 both you can represent clockwise, both anti-clockwise. One is clockwise, another is anti-clockwise or reverse. Is this clear? Okay. Now once I represented it I1, I2, I3 like this, means obviously how much current will flow through 2 ohm?
I1 minus I2.
Correct.
I1
If
minus I2.
I1, right, I1 is coming toward this node. Suppose I will mark this node as A, and I2 is leaving the same node, then obviously in the downward direction it will be I1 minus I2. Okay. Now once I2 is reaching over here and I3 is like this, means obviously how much current will flow through 1 ohm?
I2 minus I3.
I1 minus I3.
Correct. I2 minus I3. Got it? Up to this everyone clear? Means which one law you have applied here? KCL. Okay, Kirchhoff's current law. So first step is mark the branch current direction, that is with using Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, now with reference to this branch current direction, mark the polarity of voltage drop across each. Mark karo. Yes. Everyone please mark polarity of voltage drop across it. You have plotted in your notebook. Mark polarity of voltage drop across each resistance. Hello. Okay, so are you getting polarity of voltage drop across it like this? See, I1 is entering 2 ohm over here. That's why this terminal will be positive. Another one will be negative. Rest students, please mute your mic because background sound is coming. Yes, students, whenever you want to speak, then only unmute yourself. Otherwise, mute. Okay. Now see current through 2 ohm, it is entering this side. That's why polarity of voltage drop across it, this terminal positive, another negative. I2 entering over here. That's why this terminal positive. I3 entering this side. That's why this terminal positive. And for I2 minus I3. Okay. Got it? Polarity of voltage drop across each. Everyone mark. Any difficulty with this?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay, got it. Now what is the next step? First step is mark branch current direction using KCL. Then with reference to branch current direction, mark polarity of voltage drop across it. पहले branch current direction mark करना है Kirchhoff's current law use करके, वो हमने किया है. I1, I2, I3 and then I1 minus I2. Then here I2 minus I3. ये first step हो गया. Second step क्या है? With reference to this branch current direction, ये branch current जैसे flow होता है वो हिसाब से हर एक resistance के across polarity of voltage drop mark करनी है. Okay, वो हमने किया है. Polarity of voltage drop we have marked. Then next step क्या है? करंट जहां पे एंटर करना है वो टर्मिनल पॉजिटिव. हाँ, बट उसके पहले क्या करना है? number of unknowns first you find out. Now here how many unknowns are there?
3.
3 unknowns are there.
Three.
I1, I2
Three.
and I3.
2,
Okay,
I3.
3 unknowns are there. I1, I2 and I3. So how many KVL equations will be required?
3.
3 KVL equations will be required. Means how many loops you have to consider?
3.
3 loops.
3.
loops.
Okay. So number of unknowns 3 KVL equations. That's why 3 loops you have to consider. Any 3 loops you can consider. I have considered 3 smaller loops and loop direction I have assumed for all 3 as clockwise. You can consider this loop direction all 3 clockwise, all 3 anti-clockwise, or any 2 clockwise, or any 1 clockwise, the rest anti-clockwise. Clear? It doesn't matter. Up to this, everyone got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is what? See, what you have to write, apply, what you can write, see, you can write like this also, apply KVL to loop 1, A, B, C, D, A. I am writing the loop name as A, B, C, D, A, nothing but I am moving clockwise. Like this also you can write, or just say apply KVL to loop 1 and this one side, sign. That's it. No need to specify the names. No need to give the names to nodes. As this is the first one sum, I have given here the node name ABCD, loop name ABCDA. But in exam or now onwards, we'll use like this. See, apply KVL to loop 2 and clockwise direction. Directly like this, I use always. Okay, or those who are interested can use the upper step also, apply KVL to loop 2 and loop name. Optional है or, ठीक है, either you use upper statement or lower one. Clear up to this to everyone? Okay, now see loop 1. In loop 1, how we are moving? In which direction we are moving in loop 1? Loop direction. Now you concentrate on loop direction. Move clockwise. What's about 2 times I1? How much will be the voltage drop across 2 ohm?
2 I1.
2 times I1.
Minus
How
2
much
I1.
how much it will be across this 2 ohm? Another one vertical. 2 times.
Minus I1 minus I2
Huh.
into 2.
No, not only magnitude. 2 times I1 minus I2. Okay. So in first loop, how many voltage sources are there?
Only one.
Only 110
Only
volt.
one.
And how many voltage drops are there?
2.
2. That is 2 times I1 and 2 times I1 minus I2. So algebraic
I2.
sum of these voltage sources and voltage drop is 0.
0.
Lower to higher positive. So apply this. So 2 times I1 will be positive or negative?
Negative होगा.
Negative, right? Minus 2 times I1.
I1 होगा.
What's about this?
Minus ही होगा.
Right. Minus 2 times I1 minus I2.
I1 minus I2.
Because upper one is positive. Okay. That's why minus 2 times I1 minus I2. And what's about 10 volt?
Positive होगा.
Plus, correct. Plus 10 is equal to 0. Got it? Minus 2 times I1 minus 2 times I1 minus I2 plus 10 is equal to 0. Got it? Clear? First equation.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, first equation, you will get it this one. Plus 10 minus 2 times I1 minus this is equal to 0. So simplify karo ye. This simplification all of you know, in 12th you have you did it, right? So isko 2 se divide karo, so you will get this 2 times I1 minus I2 is equal to 5. This is the first KVL equation. Got up to this, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Solve
Yes,
करना
ma'am.
है.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to solve it in your notebook. Okay. नाउ अभी सेकंड लूप को इक्वेशन फॉर्म करो एवरीवन. यस, सेकंड लूप. इन सेकंड लूप हाउ वी आर मूविंग. पहला हो गया सबका. फर्स्ट वन एवरीवन
Clockwise ही
फिनिश.
होगा.
First one, everyone finish this calculations, or should I wait for one more minute?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What, wait or
हो गया मैम.
हो गया? So can I explain loop 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So see, for loop 2, in which direction again we are moving in?
Clockwise direction.
Clockwise
Clockwise
direction.
direction.
Okay, so move clockwise. Now what's about 3 times I2?
Minus 3 I2.
Minus.
Right,
Minus CI2.
And what's about this?
Minus
Minus.
I2 minus I3.
Minus
I2 minus I3.
minus 1 times I2 minus I3.
I2 minus I3.
And what's about this? 2 ohm across 2 ohm
Plus 2
2
Right.
times
I1
I
minus
minus
I2.
I2.
plus 2 times I1 minus I2. Got
I2.
it? Minus 3 times I2 minus 1 times I2 minus I3 plus 2 times I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Simplify it. See this. Like this
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
write. Like this you can write. See here, both I have written. Applying KVL to loop 2, just clockwise direction, or say applying KVL to loop 2, B, D, E, C, B. Cross check second equation. 2 times I1 minus 6 times I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. This is the second KVL equation you will get. Got everyone? Getting this same equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see the third one. Third one, look in which direction we are moving?
Clockwise.
Clockwise, right. So 1 times I3 is plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus, no? Because see clockwise we are
Minus.
moving, so higher to lower. So
Lower.
minus 1 times I3. What's about 6 volt?
Minus 6.
Minus 6. And what's about this next?
Plus
Plus.
I2 minus
Plus
I3.
1 times I2 minus
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 I3.
R3.
Okay. So simplify third equation. Check whether same you are getting or not. Apply KVL to loop 2. See, here I have not used loop name. Directly loop 3 clockwise direction. Cross check
Yes,
karo
ma'am.
third equation. I2 minus 2
Yes.
plus
Same.
I3 is equal to 6. Getting?
Ma'am.
Okay, got it everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now whatever these 3 equations you are getting, see the first one. Here I3 is not there. I1 and I2 only. Okay. Then here in second one, I1, I2, I3 terms are there, but on right hand side 0, no constant parameter, no constant term, and here I1 is not there. So write these 3 equations in matrix form. Okay, so see I1, I2, I3 will be one matrix. What will be the last equation? I1 is not there, so here 0. What is the I2 into what? 1 is there, so 1. Here I3 into what? Minus 2 is there, that's why minus 2 is equal to 6. That's why 6 is here. Similarly, write previous 2 equations also. So can you write 3 equations in matrix form?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? How to write it? First one will be I1, whatever the I1 into, this is I2 into and this is I3 is equal to 0. First equation 2 times I1 minus I2 is equal to 5. So can you write the three equations in matrix form?
Yes, ma'am.
See, अगर आपके 1 minute, 3 equations in matrix form, got it?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
to simplify, now here what you have to do, you have to find out I1, I2, I3. In this numerical, you have been asked to calculate the current flowing through only 3 ohm resistance. So 3 ohm resistance, which one is the current flowing through 3 ohm resistance? See,
I2.
I2, right? Only I2. See here, I2 is flowing through 3 ohm resistance, so its value only we want. Okay, so two ways you have. Directly you enter this matrix. This is called as matrix A, and this is, I will call it as matrix A into I is equal to B. Like this I'll call. Okay, so first one is matrix A, second one is matrix B. Okay, so what you can do, this using calculator also directly you will get the values of I1, I2, I3, or another option is use Cramer's rule. So by calculator what you have to do, first of all mat function use karna hai. If you see calculator, there you can select the function, mat function is there, so that you have to select. Once you select it, you have to select the matrix. I will select matrix A and B. Then for the both the matrices, you have to enter the dimensions. Next step. Dimensions, what are the dimensions for matrix A?
3 by 3.
Correct. Mention in calculator A is of 3 by 3. Then B, what's about the dimensions of
1
B?
by 3.
Hmm?
1 by 3.
No, it's not 1 by 3. I think it's a 3
3
by
by
1.
1, sorry.
3
3 by
by
1.
1. Okay, rows into column. So 3 by 1 it is. And then later on, A matrix, all components you enter, all values. That is A11, A12, A13, so on. 21, 22, 23, 31, 32, 33. Same for B. Okay, once you enter the matrix, I want to find out the value of matrix I. So I think X you write it, right? X rather than I have written here I. Actually you use X, right? So whatever it is, suppose I wanted to find out the matrix X. A into X is equal to B. So what will be the value of X? How to find out X? Yes. What do you have to do to find out the value of X? A into X. Huh? Hello?
Row echelon form.
A inverse B, right? In matrix, in calculator, what you do? A matrix you have entered there, B you have entered, and just simply say A inverse into B. You will get the three values. 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. 1, 1 is first value of I1. 1, 2 is I2, and 1, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, and 3, 1.
3, 1.
Okay, got it? That will be the value of I1, I2, and I3. This is the one method you can use. Another one method is using Cramer's rule. What is Cramer's rule? This matrix is called as del. Find out its determinant and denote it as del.
18.
How much is the determinant here? 18.
18.
Okay, we want to find out I2. So what is the formula of I2? It's del 2 by del. So del we have, find out 18. And what's about del 2? Del 2 means what? See, if you observe del and del 2 matrices, so del 2 means except second column, first and third one are same. And what's about second? Second one will be this B matrix. See, put second column as B matrix and first and third column will remain as it is. Find out its determinant. That will be 8. So I2 is what? Del 2 by del. अगर आपको I1 find out करना है तो what will be the formula? Yes. I1 क्या क्या formula है? अगर I2 का del 2 by del है तो I1 का क्या रहेगा?
Del 1
by delta.
करेक्ट. I1 is equal to del 1 by del. So del 1 by del है तो del तो है आपके पास. del 1 के लिए क्या करोगे आप? सिर्फ ये कॉलम रिप्लेस करना है बाय 506, राइट? del 1 के लिए. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
And the rest
Yes,
columns
ma'am.
will be, yes.
Ma'am, do we have to specifically use these method, or we can also do by directly solving the equation?
Directly solving expressions means what?
Using
Equating the
simultaneous
equation.
equation.
Is
By
substitution.
substitution. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no, don't use that method, because here whatever the means I1 into and I2 into whatever these values are small, sometimes this larger one you get. Okay, or got it? Don't use that method. Which one is the best? Directly in calculator you enter matrix A, B and say A inverse B, or apply Cramer's rule. By both the methods same marks you will get. Why you are wasting then time by solving the equations? That
Ma'am.
much time you don't have in exam. Yes.
मैट्रिक्स को अपर ट्रायंगुलर मैट्रिक्स में कन्वर्ट करके भी कर सकते हैं ना.
What is it?
और डायगोनल के नीचे के एलिमेंट जो है उनको जीरो करके.
But it will take some time, na? See, in
नहीं हो रहा है मैडम
engineering,
जल्दी.
हाँ, ठीक है फिर. In engineering, which one methods better to use, which are less consuming, less time consuming? What it? गेट में आपको कौन से सवाल पूछते हैं? जिनको शॉर्टकट मेथड्स रहती है, शॉर्टकट कैलकुलेशंस मेथड आर देयर, ऐसे ही सम पूछते हैं आपको. Got it? टाइम कंज्यूमिंग नहीं पूछते हैं. दैट इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड सॉल्यूशन फ्रॉम इंजीनियर्स. ठीक है? तो व्हाट यू कैन डू ऑन YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ठीक है? So how to solve the sum using Kirchhoff's law? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. So next time what we will do, I'll give you one more numerical. Everyone have to solve it in your notebook. Okay? Keep your notebook and pen ready for every BEE lecture. Each and every numerical you have to solve. That's why I am taking this numerical slow. And one more thing, we got the current is this one 0.444 ampere. Now how much will be the power consumed by it? How to find out what is the formula for a DC power? Yes, DC power, what is the formula?
VIT.
VI. No, VIT V is energy, power. Power is V into I, and V is equals to what? IR. So V into I you can use, or I square R you can use, or V square by R. Any of it you use. Now see I2 value you know 0.444 ampere. Current resistance also you know 3. So which one formula you can use to find out the power consumed by 3 ohm? Out of the 3? I square R. Got it? Correct. So power consumed by 3 ohm is I square R. So use this. See, I square is 0.444 its square and resistance is 3 ohm. So 0.5914 watt. Power consumed by 3 ohm. Got it everyone? Unit of power is watt. This one everyone please write. P is equals to VI. Okay? Or V is equals to what? IR, Ohm's law, all of you know. So what equation you will get? If I replace V is equals to IR, I'll get it I square R. Or if I replace V by R, so it will be V square by R. Write down everyone this formula. P is equals to VI is equal to I square R is equal to V square by R. Ohm's law you have to use here. V is equal to IR. Write down everyone this formula. Everyone have entered attendance?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So attendance link, I'll stop now. Okay. So next time we'll solve the sum. This
Ma'am,
one.
don't close the link. I am
Ah.
not done it. It was not working just, ma'am.
Yes.
Don't close that attendance link, ma'am. It was not working. I'm just still now.
ठीक है. I activate it. After 1 minute, I'll close that link.